Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Inspirate Business, where we here to inspire, to empower, and to enlighten you. Today, we're going to talk all things property, all things real estate, and it sure is a vast topic. It sure is a very interesting topic and something that for years has been a safe haven for investment. Everyone needs a home, everyone needs business property, and we have a specialist in studio, a young man who's doing some amazing things. I met him recently. I'll give you the disclaimer. He is a friend of my eldest daughter. We welcome to the Inspirate Business Show, looking very suave. Welcome, Adam Meikle from Allegiance Properties.
Thank you, Mr. Dinda. Thank you for having me.
No, excellent. And what's so refreshing, Adam, is you're a young man. I can give your age, right?
You can.
26 years old. And 8 years in the industry?
8 years now in the industry.
So immediately after school, you got into the industry?
Immediately after school, I came into the industry. I was mentored by my mom, Debbie Meikle, as well as Julian Konofsky and the help of George Callisto.
I see. The Callisto name seems synonymous with the food industry.
Correct. The Callisto's franchise, the Portuguese food.
So he was one of your mentors, and
correct,
including your mum.
And Julian Konofsky. Very blessed to have those three mentors guide me and shape me to the man I am today.
Okay, and they are part of Allegiance Properties?
Correct, yes. Julian and George are the owners of Allegiance Properties, and then Debbie and myself are the leading top performers at the company.
Excellent. Now, tell me a little bit. We're going to get to understand your story. I mean, 8 years in the industry immediately after school, but tell us a little bit about Allegiance and what's your footprint?
So, Allegiance Properties is currently the leading real estate company in the south of Johannesburg.
Okay.
They are plus minus 20 years old now. As I said, I came out of school. I went to another real estate company, just wasn't finding my feet there, and got approached by Julian and saw where I could learn and grow from a mentor and have mentorship in my life. Growing up without a father and not having too much direction, he was the best person for me to guide me and to shape me into the person I am today. With that, we have market share within the South, and we're constantly growing. We've just gone international. We've got offices now in Dubai, recently in Cape Town, Parkhurst, Bedfordview, and as well as Joburg North. So within the past 20 years, the expansion has been phenomenal.
Yeah, you also mentioned at the break Portugal, interesting.
Yes, and Portugal.
Okay,
Portugal, yes.
Wow, so quite a footprint.
Big.
Yes, and so what attracted you to the real estate market? I mean, you schooled, whereabout did you school?
St. David's Maristinando in Sandton, just down the road actually from
here. Yeah, and that's quite a school. I mean, great academic results. A good friend of mine who's the captain of the South African cricket team, Temba Bavuma, comes out of St. David's.
Correct, yes.
So I know the culture quite well. So this St. David's boy, most kids after that go to university. What made you not do that option?
So I've always been an ambitious, creative, out-of-the-box thinker and always had that type of approach. I think one of my best traits is my personality and just being able to connect with anyone. So expanding on that, I did achieve university entrance. I got accepted into university. And my mom actually approached me and she said, you know what, because you don't really do your homework and you don't focus.
Yeah.
Instead of wasting money on university, come and make money with me.
So she was in the real estate.
She's been in the real estate industry for 26 years.
Oh, wow.
So together we have 34 years of experience. With Julian, with George, it's, I could say, close to a decade.
Wow.
Yeah.
So mom nudged you into, and that's kudos to mom.
You're right. She is a super mom. She's my greatest inspiration.
Ah, wow. And so you go immediately after school.
Immediately after school, I went to do a training course for, it was actually a week, a proficiency course. Came out with a result of 96% and just got into it. I've been working with going to work with my mom ever since I was a young boy. A funny story, actually, she launched a development in Besonia Sun in the south of Joburg when I was 9. And while she was taking clients, while she was busy with clients viewing, 2 clients came through, and I said, I can take you through.
As 9 years old.
9 years old. Took the clients through. Once my mom was done and she came and joined us, she said he actually found a friend, and they said that on one condition they'll buy a unit, is if Adam sells it to us.
Is that so? Wow. You sold a property at the age of 9?
I did, 2.
Oh, my word. That's phenomenal.
So I've always been in business. I've always been great with sales. And I think a person who's great at sales is a people person, a person who can build relationships.
It's about people, right?
Correct. Serving others.
So now you grow up in this environment with mom being this mentor, but it must have been difficult, right? You said single mom.
Single mom, yes.
Yeah. So how many siblings?
I've got 2 older sisters, all coming from the same father. I'm the youngest. There's a 5-year age gap between me and my sisters, but all 3 of us have achieved amazing things. My older sister actually heads up a division of the pastry at the Marble Group.
Oh, yes.
She makes all those delicious desserts at the pantry.
At the pantry,
the pantry, okay. And my middle sister is a phenomenal hairdresser.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And so you're the only
boy,
male, yeah.
Only male, and from a family filled with women.
Ah, awesome. So obviously you're going to be the patriarchal head of the family, wearing the crown, the king, and how has this journey been for you for the last 8 years?
So personally, for the past 8 years, I can honestly say that I'm the definition of fall down 7 times, get up 8. In terms of property success, you know what? You have your ups and downs. Some things are out of your control in terms of you're dealing with people. I think we must understand that in property we deal with people. When a person comes and buys a house and then wants the house, and there's a lot of emotion involved. So when a seller is selling a property, there's a lot of emotion involved. They've had memories. Their kids have grown up in there. They've shared love in the house. When a buyer comes through, they're buying with their mind. They want the best deal. So, you know what, dealing with those and those mixed feelings and those mixed signals, it can be difficult at times because it's a lot to deal with. And you're not just dealing with one family. We like to think of ourselves as marriage counselors, and therapists too.
Yes. So you have to have that psychology. You have to have that people skills. You got to understand body language. You're dealing with sometimes quite sensitive issues.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of confidential issues as well.
100%. So it's a lot to take on. You know what? You got your own personal stuff going on in your life as well. And dealing with those things can also get heavy at times. And in my 20s, what I've realized is to start dealing with things better and knowing what's not mine and certain things I don't need to own. But a tool I use is I release if it gets too heavy.
I see. So that detachment
from it.
Don't get too personal into the whole thing, exactly. Right? Whatever it may be, whether it's elation or despair.
Yes.
Yeah, that's quite what I pick up from you is wisdom beyond your years. And I guess that's having come from the challenges that life has dished out for you.
Correct. And for me, you know what? I don't regret anything in life. I do believe we all have a past, and I do believe my past has shaped me again into the person that I am and made me learn a lot of lessons. But I think the difference in that is the quote I shared with you earlier is wanting the authority of a king, but having the accountability of a toddler. And when growing up, a lot of ego gets involved, and we want to be seen, and we do things for the wrong reason. But when you start living a life by serving others and taking accountability and responsibility for your actions and for issues, then you know what, you're living a good life.
Wow. That's what you say. That's profound.
Thank you.
what did you say? We end up with accountability of toddlers.
So
But
we
you
want the authority of a king,
Yeah.
but have the accountability of a toddler.
And that's just the way the world is operating these days, right? It's just a lot of adolescence.
Exactly.
And there's not that men anymore and leaders, right?
Right. I think
Mm.
we lack a lot of discipline.
Mm.
You know, motivation is easy. I can go on and on and on and motivate anybody.
Mm.
But 99% of it comes down to discipline. 1% is motivation.
So we got a few minutes before we get to the break, and we're having some profound conversations with this young man that has got wisdom beyond his years. And I'm just it's so refreshing for me. I just love. I mean, we met where he introduced himself to me as a friend of my daughter's, and I spoke for an hour, I think, and he was just like, I said, we have to get this young man on the show because there's a lot of youngsters out there, and they're just not, disciplined enough. So let's immediately after the break, let's explore what is that key to success that Adam has encapsulated immediately after the break. Welcome to Inspirate Business, and on our red hot couch, we have this young man looking very suave, Adam Meikle from Allegiance Properties, and he's been sharing his journey for the last 8 years and beyond in the property business, real estate business. He concluded his first deal. He actually closed 2 deals at the age of 9 under the mentorship of his beloved mum, super mum she was, single mum, and has great mentors. And that's so important. But you were saying about discipline.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about that.
So again, going to a conversation we had earlier, just before we sat down, is how we mirror each other.
Mm.
You know what? We attract what we are. And when we mirror one another, and I'm speaking now, I'm actually speaking to myself. So how that relates to discipline is it's something I'm learning and currently working on at the moment. And it's small disciplines. I'm a type of person that likes to work in extremes. So either I'm extremely disciplined or I completely lack discipline. And you don't find balance within that.
Mm.
So I sat down and I started making notes and putting a program in place is, you know what, this year I want to eat healthy. I want to get mind, body, and soul.
Mm.
I want to get my mind healthy by setting discipline. I want to go to gym. I want to detox and eat properly. But I need to get up early. I need to, it's crazy. It creates chaos. Now, it can become overwhelming dealing with all those things and finding space for it, for all of it. So slowing down is a very important thing.
Mm.
So start with getting up early for 2 weeks. Then start introducing going to the gym for 3 times a week while getting up early for 2 weeks. Then start eating healthy. And before a month and a half or before 2 months, you've incorporated, let's say, 4 or 5 disciplines into a disciplined program.
Mm.
Instead of overwhelming yourself with eating healthy, getting up early, meal prep, getting to work, dealing with your day-to-day lives, you become overwhelmed and it lasts a month. And I think that's a big reason why people that set up New Year's resolutions fail.
Mm.
And I actually did a study on it. They last until the 17th of January and then they fall back into their old patterns.
So for you in the real estate sector, right?
Yes.
Do you put plans together to say, I want to sell so many properties in a specific period? Do you do like visualizations and, all of that?
So for me, a big thing is manifestation and visualization and pre-paving. So manifestation.
That's interesting. What is pre-paving?
So
Yeah.
tongue twister. Pre-paving is sitting down, closing your eyes, breathing, and planning, visualizing how you want a certain situation to, visualizing how you want the outcome to be.
Okay, so you're going
favor.
into a deal, and you can actually visualize it.
You visualize everything how you want it. Imagination is creation.
Mm.
So whatever you imagine, you create. And it all falls back into those three pillars of pre-paving, manifestation, and visualization. They all are each other.
Mm. And the successes of this approach in this last 8 years, just as a matter of interest, how many homes have you sold?
So a lot.
Yeah.
Let me put it to you like this: in 2021, COVID, when the world was in shambles and we could just come back to work, me and my mom achieved 178 sales accepted within the year. So that equates
in the COVID year.
In the COVID year, just coming out, we could get back to work.
Yes.
I think people were sick and tired of sitting in their homes, so it was actually a blessing.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately we lost people, but it was a blessing for business.
What do they call it? Revenge spending. Yeah.
There you go.
So you did
that was about
178.
12 to 14 properties a month, and it equated to 378 million rands worth of sales accepted.
Wow. And you guys work together?
We work together. When I checked a pipeline 2 years ago, and it was our 6th year at Allegiance Properties, it came to a total of 1.2 billion rands worth of accepted sales.
That between the two of you guys have closed. And primarily in the south?
In the south, in Meikle. So Meikle...
Basonia.
Meikle is where we are specialists.
Yeah.
So Meikle Eco Estate, Meikle Nature Estate, and Meikle as a whole. Your top 1% of people in the south are in the Meikle Eco Estate, Meikle Nature Estate. And it's like the Sandhurst of the south. But then again, it's not to say that we primarily focus on the 1%. Also, the middle class, lower class. We don't chase money, we chase deals.
That's cool. And your typical property sizes?
Typical property
in terms of values?
Okay, so the most expensive house to cost what it cost one of the owners in Meikle Eco Estate, it was 194 million rand. It's just short of...
that is definitely the Sandhurst of the south.
It's just short of 4,000 square meters under roof.
Wow.
So ranging from, but properties within the estate range from 5 million rand to that level where I mentioned. But you know what? It's not always to say that's where the market currently is. The most expensive house that has sold within the estate is around 35 million rand.
Wow, this is some achievement, boy, in the last 8 years, to be able to have sold between, your mom and yourself, 1.2 billion rand worth of properties. That is some accomplishment. And I mean, for a young man, youngsters are still puzzling after they've finished their university, are still trying to find jobs.
Correct. I hear actually a lot. I was able, you know what my biggest dream was? Is before the age of 25 was to become a millionaire. At 24, I was able to achieve that.
Wow.
I bought my dream car at 24 years old. And I get a lot of people who phone me and or speak to a lot of people I went to school with and went to go to do banking and went to go study law. And they say that they've just become an intern and they get paid 6,000 rand a month. But I guess it also comes to the fact that, you know what, don't chase the money. If it is your passion and where you want to be and you have a purpose for it and it forms part of your destiny, by all means go on that path.
Yes, of course.
I think money, what we need to remember here is everyone does like money.
Yeah.
But what we've got to remember is money is the reward at the end of the day.
Yeah, you follow, what you said is follow your passion, right?
Yes.
And I mean, this has been your passion.
My passion is to serve others.
Wow. Like we said, this is a young man that has got wisdom way beyond his years. It's just profound. I mean, it's very refreshing, and such an aspiration for others. I mean, we want to be. That's one of the objectives of the show, is to inspire others, and youngsters of your age. There's so many opportunities, right? Within all the challenges, you're showing us a way that is refreshing.
Thank you. You know what? It's taken a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, But the beauty in all of this is that we don't learn anything from happiness and success. We learn from pain and suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna this is when you talk about visualization, manifestation, and what I added there, pre-paving is I sat with a coach of mine and we came up with an affirmation, and it goes like this. Today I expand the awareness of the abundance all around me. Prosperity surrounds me, prosperity fills me, prosperity flows to me and through me. I exceed passion, purpose, and prosperity. As my commitment to help others and myself grow, so does my wealth. I'm receiving abundance of blessings. I'm blessed, I'm successful, I'm humble. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm committed, I'm meant to do great things. I'm powerful, I'm resourceful, I'm resilient. I'm a radiant being of light. I'm Adam Dean Meikle. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Wow.
Let's get it.
Wow. And I got like this energy, right? This I could feel that power, man. And you say this.
I call it my anthem.
Yeah, wow. I mean, you again demonstrating the power of the mind, the power of spirit, the power of connecting with the one,
yes,
with our creator.
Correct.
And through that, he then provides what they call in Arabic the barakah, the blessings.
Yes.
And that's what you're doing. You're just tuning into it.
If you believe that you're blessed, whatever you create in your mind, whatever you believe you are, you become. Whatever you surround yourself with, you become. We attract what we are. And this is why we were attracted to sitting here today to share, because we both have these values installed within us.
And I'm so glad that you are sharing your story, because so many people are going through challenges, going through pain. And there's a different way. You can choose to get sucked up in that challenge of yours, or you can choose a different way.
Correct. It all comes down to choices. I believe, in my belief, I believe that it comes down to choices.
And it's just switching that mind, right?
Correct.
And then, of course, like you said, the discipline. So we've come to the end of this segment, and we're having this remarkable conversation with this young man, 26 years old, can you believe? I have to remind us about that. Sharing pearls of wisdom. This is some guru stuff here that he's sharing, but practically implementing it. And that's what is so powerful. So I want to get to understand a lot more about the industry at the moment, how other people can get involved, and where to for yourself as Allegiance Properties immediately after the break. Welcome back to Inspirate Business, and on our Red Dot Couch, sponsored by Asia Collective. We have Adam Meikle from the property side, a real estate business for the last 8 years, representing Allegiance Properties, and they have an international footprint. Adam, by the way, has sold properties with his mom, who was his mentor, in the last 8 years to the value of 1.2 billion. One property was 195 million, I think you said. And he had a vision to be a millionaire at the age of 25. He did it at the age of 24. That is some going. And through what? Discipline and the power of the mind, visualization, and believing that you can achieve it. He calls a term pre-paving, believing that you can do it. Now, with all of that, you're in this sector at the time, post-COVID, you sold something like 136 properties with your mom and yourself, just post-COVID, right? You tell me now, with this sector, South Africa, we're going into an election, there's a lot of negativity economically. How are you finding the sector?
So last year, towards the end of middle to end of last year, I believe 2023 was a difficult year for a lot of people, and a lot of people I've spoken to. For me personally, and in business, it dropped, it declined. 2024, it's picking up. We've got some positive outcomes and positive results. But again, it comes down to the work that you put in. You know what? We find a lot of excuses. the wars that are going on. We blame a lot of things instead of taking accountability and just putting our minds down. And I'm one to do this.
Mm.
Instead of just putting our minds down and focusing and seeing seeing our vision and seeing our goal. So elections do play a part. What I've been hearing a lot lately is why has it been so quiet is because kids have gone back to school.
Mm.
Generally, what we do find is until the end of February, until the financial year end, things are a bit slower. We love it when people get their bonuses at the end of Feb because then March they start spending. And that is my birthday month, so
Oh, excellent.
it's a good present for me.
What's it? Pisces.
Pisces.
Yeah, yeah. No, excellent. So you've seen an upswing?
I'm seeing an upswing, but I think that also relates to the positive attitude that I've.
And your focus is still in the south, or are you, because you said there's an expansion in Cape Town and Parkhurst and internationally, are you seeing yourself playing in those areas as well?
Definitely would love to. I do believe in real estate, a lot of people come into the business and think they can sell in Sandton and sell in the south and sell in Bedford View and sell in Krugersdorp. But you're in too many different places. You're not sitting in what we call it as your farming area.
Okay.
Where you sit and farm and you go plant seeds and let the seed grow. Because you what we call it is a hit and miss agent. I believe that I am the digital mayor of the south of Meikle,
yeah.
Because I love posting. I believe, you know what, your smile is your logo and your personality is your business card. How you leave people feeling at the end of the interaction is your trademark. Now, by me going and sharing those experiences and sharing my success, successful people like to deal with successful people. And if you can show what we were taught when we were younger, fake it till you make it. And it works.
It works, of course.
It works. You go out and you show people that you're doing well, because successful people want to deal with successful people.
And of course, celebrate your successes.
Correct.
I don't think we do enough of that, right?
Because I completely agree.
We've been told that, no, just cower down and play small. And I think that's where you're saying something in the break, that's where we can become our own worst enemies. We get in the way of ourselves.
Correct.
Because it's not about the fear of failure, it's like the fear of success. We feel if we're successful, then, I don't know, somehow there's been this indoctrination that you need to be, and South Africans, I think we do that. That's why we can be too critical of ourselves.
Correct.
And if you take, maybe even if you take, compare the Aussies, for example, if you watch it on the sporting fields as well, they really have this belief, right? Sometimes they're not even as good as what they actually believe they are.
Yeah.
So they're faking it till they make it, right? Yeah.
One of the biggest messages that I've come across in my life, it's from a movie, and I see a lot of myself, I see a lot of my past self in the young man that gets up and shares this, and it goes, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same, we are liberated through our own fear. Our presence automatically liberates others. And for me, that is the most beautiful message I've ever come across in my life.
If I am not mistaken, I think it's Marianne Williamson, I think is the one that this is attributed to.
So for me, it came up in Coach Carter.
I got it, yeah. Yes. But I think that quote came, and some people wrongly attribute it to Nelson Mandela, by the way. But it's wrongly, I think it's Marianne Williamson. I could be incorrect. But it's a most powerful thing. I loved your ability to just like roll with these sayings. I mean, that's quite a gift.
For me, reading has never been my strong suit. I've actually never read a book in my life. I haven't got through one. I just get too distracted, and my ADD and ADHD is all over the place, and I constantly need to be on the move. So I dedicate a lot of my time to reading quotes. I've got another mentor, Devin Brow, that I learn. I see a lot of the things that he posts, and you know what? In the things that we go through, we see a lot of things that are happening in our lives
Mm.
that that are relevant
Mm.
and that we resonate with.
Mm.
And in that, what you were saying earlier is about what I want to say is fear.
Mm.
We fear our own potential because of what everybody around us has made to believe that we're not good enough. And if we can stop being in the middle of our own success and our own thoughts and things like that, we can achieve anything.
Mhm. That is really profound, and I do believe this message, and I'm so glad that you're sharing this message, because so many people out there don't, you think your destiny is just meant for your current squalor,
Correct.
and it isn't like that. You really can change your condition
Yes.
when you believe. I mean, our scriptures teach us this. God Almighty, Allah has ordained greatness for you.
Yes.
It's what they call your destiny, your risk. That is. He will give you what you deserve. So today you can go. You got to put the work in.
Correct.
But if today you're gonna be selling that house for, I mean, did you ever think you'd be selling a house for 195 million?
Never.
If somebody, right? And that was ordained for you.
Correct.
Right? But you had to put in the work, and you had to free yourself from your blockages.
Yes, correct.
You can't get it if you muddled, right? And you're blocking yourself, and you don't believe that you can.
What we call it in real estate is you have the coffee drinkers, the survivors, and then the thrivers. And I don't know about you, but I'm a thriver.
Yeah. So the coffee drinkers are just the ones that amble along.
They just come in, they sit there. Another client of mine says in his business, in his insurance business, he calls it the photocopy gossipers.
All right. So they hang around the coffee machines, and it's just complaining about everybody.
100%.
And what's the other one you said?
The survivors.
Right. Okay. They just
They're managing, but then in thrivers, we all want to be thrivers. We all believe
so you got to traverse from that survival. I mean, surviving is an important aspect. It's a reality, especially the world coming out of COVID and whatever. All that to get into that survival. But now you got to transcend from that surviving to the thriving.
It's a mentality.
And you got to believe in what you said, that abundance, right?
Correct.
Right. I mean, when you were saying that affirmation of yours, and we're gonna have you say it again right at the end again. It was a so powerful moment. And I could just feel all those blessings, the barakah that's coming from Allah. It just feels so powerful. So we got another 2 minutes of this segment. I just want to talk a little bit about the industry. So would you be playing in the international space as well?
I hope to get there in my future. And within the next 10 years, I want to get there.
So like Portugal is a
I'd like
market,
to go to
Dubai.
I'd like to get involved in the Dubai.
Yeah, I mean, that's become the epicenter now, right? Everybody wants to be in Dubai now, right? The whole world is there. It's just like really rocking.
It really inspires me, and I like what's going on that side.
If there's ever a thing of visualization and pre-paving, is what the Dubai guys have done.
Exactly that.
I mean, turn the desert into what is a futuristic scene, man. You know, it's a smart city of the highest order.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, so that is something that you'd be looking at.
Definitely. I love the creativity that's going on there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of South Africans that are wanting to invest in Dubai. And
we see a lot of our clients from Meikle Eco Estate and Meikle Nature Estate buying property in Dubai. That if anything happens here in South Africa and people do decide that they want to pull out, they're creating spaces and wealth for themselves in another country where they feel that they can then carry on and expanding on their business.
And it is a safe haven for your investments as well.
Correct.
Yeah, so this very intriguing topic, we're talking real estate, we're talking inspiration, we're talking of what it takes to be successful in life with this young man, Adam Meikle. Hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. After the break, we want to talk about where to from here for Adam Meikle and Allegiance Properties. Catch you after the break. Welcome back to Inspirate Business, where we inspire, empower, and enlighten you. And we've been speaking real estate, property business, and what it takes to be successful with this young man, Adam Meikle. And we've already come to the last segment, Adam, and you've been sharing some profound insights to what it is to be successful. Now, before we leave some messages, some summaries for our viewers, youngsters that want to get involved, maybe somebody that, even an elderly person that wants to get into the real estate business, you know, I want you to share some of your insights around that. But just before that, in terms of allegiance and the different areas, so somebody that wants to connect with you, how would they connect with you? What are the opportunities in the various segments that you guys offering?
So if someone wants to connect and get into the property industry, you would contact Allegiance Properties Joburg South. We based, our head office is based in Glen Vista, 207 Biggersburg, Glen Vista. Numbers 011 432 3390. And you can talk to Gabby Sharalambis, alternatively the principal, Julian Konofsky. Set up an interview, get involved, and if you feel it is the place for you, then you can take the
So you guys are
opportunity.
expanding, getting more agents in.
Of course, we're always looking for new agents.
All right. And if somebody wants to sell their property in the various areas that you're in, also
They can contact me through Instagram, preferably on my cell phone number, which, if I can say, is 03-226-2683. You can connect on me with on my social media, Instagram, Facebook. It's Adam Meikle. Alternatively, send me a WhatsApp, and you can get in contact.
And the markets that you guys are operating in, like Portugal, and is there big demand for those areas?
So it's growing. Portugal is growing. We do have an associate that is that side. Also, there's the whole thing with the golden visa rule. You pay a certain amount, you get.
So that's still applicable today. The golden visa, yeah,
it is still applicable today. In Dubai, we've got a few agents that side already. But if you are interested in buying property in Dubai, you can talk to us here. We talk to our associates that side. You guys fly out, we fetch you from the airport, we take you to view properties, maybe a lunch, and entertain you as well.
Okay, yeah. Lots of entertainment in Dubai.
Maybe not too much.
Yeah, all right. Now, I mean, there's youngsters, there's people that want to get into. I mean, when they hear your story, I'm 24 years old, you became a millionaire, right? You're driving your fancy car. So there's youngsters that perhaps come out of university, maybe some come out of school and want to follow your path, or maybe somebody lost their business and want to get into real estate. What does it really take to be successful here?
What it takes is consistency and focus, dedication. So with consistency, focus, and dedication, you need how that relates. The theme of that is sacrifice. Sacrifice. We worked. My mom and I, and she instilled this in me, was a 8-day-a-week work week, where there was no going out, there was no partying. It was focusing, whether it come rain, storm, snow, thunder, lightning, whatever the condition was, we were at work and visible within the area. So you need to at least put 2 years aside and sacrifice. Working, I can't say working 9 to 5. It's constantly. Your phone is always on, and it's not easy. I might be talking these big numbers, and it all might sound extravagant, but you need to really want it. It's easier said than done.
Yeah, so it's that hard grind, right?
Correct.
And you got to put in the hours.
Correct, and you need to have the personality for it. You also need to understand that for the first 3 to 6 months, you're not going to earn money. It's a commission-based business. You don't get paid a salary. So it comes down to what we were talking about earlier. Is what you put in is what you get out. You can write your own paycheck. We actually have a saying, Julian has a saying, we don't write rhymes, we write checks.
So obviously you put in the hard work. You talked about the germination period, right?
Yes.
You plant in the seeds, and then there's a germination period. And then obviously once it starts, you start earning your commissions. And typically commissions are what?
Whatever the sellers now determine what our commissions
are. Oh yeah,
are.
so it's also becoming.
It's set out by the PPRA at 8% plus VAT. You know what? We work in a region of between 6% and 8% plus VAT, but again, like I say, there's a difference between a real estate agent and an expert in the field where we don't chase deals. We chase deals, we do chase deals, we don't chase money. The
Yeah, of
deals will
course.
come.
Yeah, you want to be just going and putting in the effort. It's the process, right?
Yeah. And again, it comes down to the fact if you don't do it, another real estate agent will. Another one that's a little bit more desperate or needs that extra money and is willing to negotiate here and there will get the deal.
It's exciting, eh?
It is. It's a very exciting business. It's an extremely, I like to call it, you're in a marketing business. You're marketing yourself, you're marketing someone's property.
But I guess it's also lonely.
It can be.
Right? I mean, because you are your own person.
Yeah.
You gotta go out there, you gotta motivate yourself every day.
Yes.
I mean, there can be times when you're not doing the certain, you can start questioning yourself.
Yes, big time. Big time. You know what, for a youngster, and personally for myself, I did that. Thank goodness I had my mom, as well as Julian and George there to guide me through it. Like I said, fall down 7 times, get up 8. And with that type of mentorship and leadership, you know, if you choose to stay down, that's where you're going to be for the rest of your life.
So if we give you a crystal ball now and say, okay, let's look at the next 5 years for Adam Meikle, where do you see yourself?
So Matthew McConaughey actually said in a interview that he wishes to be his hero in 5 years' time. And that's what I want. I actually want to be my hero in 5 years' time. And when 5 years comes and someone asks me, are you a hero yet? It's 99% I'm going to say no, because I'm going to say I'm going to be my hero in 10 more years.
So it's that constant growth.
Exactly.
Putting yourself out there and growing.
Yes.
Wow. Again, hope you're picking up this wisdom from this young man.
I visualize, and I'm going to say it here to affirm it.
Yeah.
I want to be a billionaire. I believe that I can be a billionaire. Not I can be, because that leaves room for uncertainty. I will be a billionaire by the age of 40. I want to change the world, and I do believe I am changing the world. You know what? When we're younger, we think, oh, it's going to be the cure for cancer or world peace. But I read something very powerful that said it's changing the world is just one random act of kindness at a time.
It's those small steps toward changing.
Correct.
And making an impact. And sometimes you think that little 1 rand is not really making an impact, but it has such a ripple effect.
100%. And it doesn't even have to be money-wise or materialistic-wise. It's just by telling someone you've got a beautiful smile, or have a great day, or give them food, or give them a nice warm meal, or just be the light in someone else's life.
And, you know, again, it's very inspiring to be able to approach the world like this, because sometimes we believe our challenges are insurmountable.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is you just got to do that small act of kindness.
Correct.
Small act of giving. Even if you don't have, there's something that you do have that you can share with the world.
And for me, that is love.
That's powerful.
For me, that is love.
That is very powerful. You know, again, you operating in this energy of vibration of abundance
and gratitude.
Yeah, of course. And then you only attract more when you're in that state.
Correct.
As we close, what I would love you to do, it was very powerful. Yeah. I want to test you as well, because you like rattle that thing off. Yeah. Can you give me, I will finish on that. Let us hear that affirmation. You can do it slowly. We've got about a minute.
Perfect.
And let's just feel it. And you can look into the camera and say it to the people. Yeah.
Today I expand the awareness of the abundance all around me. Prosperity surrounds me. Prosperity fills me. Prosperity flows to me and through me. I exceed passion, purpose, and prosperity. As my commitment to help others and myself grow, so does my wealth. I'm receiving abundance of blessings. I'm blessed. I'm successful. I'm humble. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I am committed and consistent. I'm meant to do great things. I'm powerful, I'm resourceful, I'm resilient. I'm a radiant being of light. I'm Adam Dean Meikle. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Hallelujah. Thank you, young man.
Thank you for the
It's
time.
been an absolute inspiration.
Thank you so much.
And on behalf of the Inspirate Business Show, we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And you constantly continue giving. And may Allah bless you in abundance.
Thank you. And a wise man was once asked, what will happen if you didn't win? I guess we'll never know.
We will never know. We just got to go out and do it.
We've got to go out
Go
and
out
do
and
it.
win. Hope you enjoy this as much as I did. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.